Hey everyone, welcome to another $1,000 strap search. I've got my $1,000 in singles here and I'm about to show you what I found. But before I do, let's talk about this week's tip. Now, a lot of you guys are coin collectors, and that's fine. I've got no problem with that. So you'll understand where I'm coming from when I go through this, I think. All right, if you are a coin collector, I'm sure you have one of these. Yes? What is this? The official Red Book. You guys know the Red Book. What are you going to say about Red Book? Well, first and foremost, you probably don't go anywhere without it. Secondly, everyone says that Red Book, the prices in Red Book represent full MSRP. That's right. The full retail price, full price. And you're never going to find anything in Red Book price for that. So if you look at your collection and try to find stuff in your collection and price it at Red Book price, you're never going to get that because it's always going to be cheaper somewhere else. Am I wrong on any of this? Is Red Book pretty much the highest retail price you're going to find? Or let's see if I can do this. I'll flip through it because I just thought of it right this second. So here we go. Small cents. Should we look at small cents here real quick? All right, here's a bunch of wheat cents. And I see in G4, which is pretty terrible condition, most of these wheat cents are 15 cents a piece. Okay, in G4. And if they're like in 20, decent shape, it says anywhere from 25 to 80 cents a piece. Now, if I go to a show, should I expect to pay, all these are 35 cents, so that's AU50. Okay, well, even then, AU50. In 40, they're 20 cents a piece. Is that the price that I should expect to pay? I don't even know, because I don't collect wheat cents. Or is it safer to say that I'm not going to pay, any of these prices? I'm not going to pay 25 to 75 cents a piece. Is it more likely that when I go to a coin show, I will be able to buy a bag of wheat cents for 3 cents a piece? Well, I've done that. I've gone to my local coin shop and bought a random assortment of wheat cents for 3 cents a piece. That's what he sold it to me for. I hate to think what he bought them for. But like I said, Red Book has them priced much higher than what you're actually going to pay. And that's what I'm going to pay. I can only imagine the price, what people are buying, what dealers are buying for if they're selling way under this price. My point is, here's the paper book. You guys know paper money in the United States. Also full of a bunch of prices. The thing is, with paper money, when you go to a show, you can't find notes for the prices listed in here. It just doesn't exist. At a recent show, I was trying to find a $100 gold certificate. That $100 gold certificate that I was looking for, let's see if I can find it in the book. Where did it go? Should have set this up in advance, but I'm just talking and think, here we go. Here are the gold certificates. I was looking for the $100 gold certificate. There it is right there on the top. And if I zoom in on the prices, you can see VG8 400, F12 750, VF20 at 1250. Okay, those are the prices according to the book. And I was looking at notes in the F12 to VF20 range because I figured I could get one for close to $1,000. Okay. And everybody that had one in VF20, they wanted $2,000 for them. So even though the book price is $1,250, they wanted $2,000. Once again, let's compare that to this book. You're not going to find anybody pricing stuff based on this book. Now, this book is great to determine if something is worth $10 or $1,000, but when you start narrowing it down, you need something a little different. So I just thought it was interesting that this book and the paper money book are both useless when it comes to prices, but this overstates the values and the paper money book understates them. Or at least the current market feels that way. That coins are worth a lot less than what's in the book, and paper money is worth a lot more than what the book says. So take that for what it's worth. All right, let's take a look at what I found this week. This week, we've got stuff, this is from the outskirts of Vegas. Once again, I'm still going through my 5,000 notes from Vegas. This stuff is from the outskirts, so you've got places like Palace Station, Virgin Casino that used to be the Hard Rock, Oyo, Tuscany, Ellis Island. I included Tropicana on here just because it's way down there, and it was just an odd number, so I had to go there. And also from the 4 U.S. banks that I stopped at while I was there. I figured that counts as outskirts. So let's see what I found this week. This was interesting. Somebody tried to scratch the seal off here. Now, I wonder if this person was trying to make one of those impossible dollars that I've shown in the past, but I thought it was interesting. It's not worth anything, but it was neat. Somebody drew a devil's head on this. I always find that funny when you see devil's head on there. This one came from Tuscany. And what do we got here? Mash note 4077. It's going to get spent. I just noticed it, so I pulled it because I think it's neat, but I will spend it. Here's another 4077 mash note. Also not worth anything, but will get spent. All right, got some trinaries, 0s, 4s, and 5s. 0s, 6s, and 9s. Now this is cool because 0s, 6s, and 9s, those are notes that are the same either direction. So even though this one starts off 000 69690, if you turn it over, you can still read it as 0696900. Not quite the same, but it can be read upside down and still have a letter, still have a regular number associated with it. So yeah, those are the letters, those are the numbers you're looking for in a rotator, but you want them positioned just right so they read the same. This one is quads. Quad 1s, quad 4s, quad 5s with a 5th, actually with 6. 1, 2, and then 4 more, so that's 6 of a kind on that one. Boy, this is worth $50 to some people. No, it's not. And this one is 5 6s in a row, so that's kind of cool. Now, once again, I show this stuff so you can review my last 10 videos if you want to see 10,000 notes. Yeah, that's what you can expect to find. This is what you expect to find in 1,000 notes. And if you want to know 10,000, like I said, do the math on my last 10 videos and you get what you'd expect to find from 10,000 notes. All right, got some stars. 2017 star note, always checking to see if they're filled. Another 2017 star, starting with 3 zeros, so that's kind of cool. 2017 starting with 2 zeros. Another 2017. Oh, wet ink transfer, $1 million note. It's a wet ink transfer on a star. So yes, I get to buy a new car now, or not. 2017 star note here as well. Another 2017 star. 2013 star. Oh, what do you know? 2013 B star note. Apparently this is one of those $400 notes, right? Whatever. I don't think so. Yeah, it is one of the duplicate series, but if it's not duplicate, if you don't have the pair, what do you have? Let's see, 2013, another 2013, another 2013, poof. I also managed to find a 2021 in this group as well, and like I said, at the time that was a big deal. They're starting to pop up more frequently for me, and no, that is not an error. It's just smeared ink from a pen. Looks like a black pen because it actually has a bluish hue to it. Not an error, and even if it was, it's not a significant error. You can have an ink blot that covers a huge portion of this, and that's only worth $50. So this little thing here, what is that going to be worth? $5? It's not even worth. But yeah, that's not even an error, so it doesn't matter. Another 2021. And let's see, of course, after I finish with the Vegas stuff, you won't see any more 2021s unless they're fancies or semi-fancies. 2003A, another 2003A, pretty rough shape. 2003A. Remember, these are technically 20 years old. I pull out all the ones that are 20 years and older, and then I go through, and if they're in rough shape, I will send them back. But this way I at least get to have some around, because eventually people are going to try to fill sets, and nobody bothers to save these, so I know I've got them. All right, another 2003A, 2003A, 2003, 1999 still got some crispness. 1995, not a web note. And I'm just double checking to make sure that this is a W and not an inverted M. Let's see. And the oldest note, 1995, also not a web note. All right, so that's what I found this week. What did I pull out? Well, I got another one of these. This is a Giori Test note. Now, I showed one in the past. The one that I showed before was the reverse. And I don't know if I even got that one handy here or not, but the reverse, yeah, here it is. Here's the reverse. You can see how this one, has the 5 here, the 1 here. I mean, there's just various parts of other notes. This is probably the more common one that you're going to see. This one would be number 2 in the Giori Test pattern. This one features the front of the note, even though United States of America would be on the back of the note. It does feature 3 presidents. You are looking at Abraham Lincoln, you are looking at George Washington, and Ulysses S. Grant. Now, they also used 5 here on the sides like that, and just showing different imprints here. Now, the Giori family made the Giori machine, and what was cool about their printing press was that you were supposed to be able to print with 2 different colors at the same time. Intaglio printing is very difficult when you're trying to do multicolors, and they had developed a machine that can do it. So that's why the US Mint decided to do some tests. Now, yes, these are simply 1 color prints, but they were curious to see how well that the prints would come out. Now, the back of these don't show anything here at all. That's just light coming through. It's plain on the back. You're going to find these graded at shows probably somewhere in the $300 to $500 range without a problem. In fact, some of them are even more. The George Washington note is the more popular one, or I shouldn't say the more popular one. It's the more common note. The one that features Jefferson in the center, that one is a little bit rare, and that one's a high demand note. That one you can see somewhere in the $500 to $900 range when you see them graded. But this one, this is the more common of the front. Now, the notes, the Giori Test notes that only feature the backs, those are all pretty much the same. So you've got 2 variants of the front, 1 variant of the back. They actually did 3 different colors. They did this green, they did black, and they did a mud brown, which is also kind of rare. And on occasion, you will find these Giori Test notes with a serial number. Once again, not an actual serial number, but just a red number showing how they could do 2 colors. The ones with the serial numbers are the most rare. Those are ideally the ones you want to get, and those can run $900,000 without a problem. Now, the Giori Test note, like I said, since they used actual parts of real engraved plates, technically this is a counterfeit note, and it was illegal to even own throughout most of the 70s and 80s. It wasn't until like late 1997 that these were officially allowed to be in collectors' hands. So all of these that exist were basically just stored at the Giori printing facility. Now, Giori actually makes printing presses for many countries around the world. It just wasn't clear whether or not the BEP actually purchased any of them. I don't believe so. But that is the George Washington version of the front side Giori Test note. I'll keep my eyes peeled to see if I can't find another one of these to put in auction as well, because it's kind of neat to have the back and the front. All right, guys, if you learned anything new this week, go ahead and hit that like button. If you like what you see and you want to see more, please subscribe. Love reading all your comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next week.